What was the most unexpected knock you got on your door? For 10 years, I lived in a very poor, crime-heavy part of town. My building had broken locks, graffiti-covered stairwells, and weekly police visits. I kept to myself and never opened my door after dark. Basic survival. So, when someone pounded on my door at 2 a.m. on a Tuesday, I froze mid-Netflix binge. 3 hard knocks, then silence. Nobody knocked in my building at night unless they wanted trouble. I muted my TV. 4 more knocks followed, more desperate this time. Please, anyone, a child's voice. I'd heard about criminals using kids as bait for home invasions. My neighbor, Mrs. Vasquez, always warned me, never open your door at night, mijo. Not for anyone. I grabbed my baseball bat, a gift from my brother when I moved in. Who's there? I called, keeping my distance. Please help, came a whispered response. My mom won't wake up. Through the peephole, little girl in Disney pajamas, maybe 7 or 8. Her face was tear-streaked and she hugged herself, shivering. This could still be a trap, but something in her eyes. I'm calling 911, I said through the door. What's your apartment number 4C? She sobbed. Please, hurry. Officers were 15 minutes out. In my neighborhood, that was an eternity. Sir, can you check on the woman while staying on the line? I thought about all the times I'd avoided getting involved in others' problems. I'll check, I found myself saying. I opened the door with a chain on. The girl's eyes widened with relief. What's your name? I asked. Lily, she sniffled. I'm Marcus. Stand back while I open the door. Okay. I stepped out with the bat in one hand, phone in the other. Lily grabbed my free hand, her fingers ice cold, and led me to 4C. The door was open. Inside, a woman lay on the floor, unmoving. Her lips had a bluish tint. An empty prescription bottle sat on the table. I think she overdosed, I told the dispatcher. The woman stopped breathing entirely just as I started CPR. My own breath caught in my throat. She's not breathing, I shouted into the phone. Continue compressions, the dispatcher said calmly. You're all she has right now? My arms burned. Sweat dripped into my eyes. Lily watched from the doorway, clutching a stuffed rabbit, her eyes wide with fear. Is mommy going to die? She whispered. The question hit me like a punch. I'd always avoided responsibility, always walked away from other people's problems, but I couldn't walk away from this little girl's eyes. Paramedics arrived. They worked frantically, injecting something into her arm. One shook his head at the other. My stomach dropped. They loaded her onto a stretcher. One paramedic stayed behind, speaking in hushed tones with a police officer. I caught fragments, not responding well, and might not make it. The officer approached us. She's in bad shape. The little girl needs somewhere to stay tonight. She can stay with me, I said, surprising myself. That night, Lily fell asleep, clutching my phone, waiting for news that didn't come. The next morning, child services arrived. We need to place her with a temporary foster family until we know about her mother, they explained. Lily clung to my leg. I want to stay with Marcus. I'm sorry, sweetheart, the social worker said gently. That's not how it works. As they led her away, Lily looked back at me. You promised mommy wouldn't die, she said. I called the hospital daily, but patient confidentiality prevented them from telling me anything. I left my number, begging them to pass it to Lily's mother when she recovered. No one called. 6 weeks later, I was returning from a late shift when I saw a small figure sitting outside my door. Lily, my heart stuttered. My mom's here, she said simply. A woman stepped into view from around the corner. She was thin but steady on her feet, clear-eyed. The doctors told me what happened, that you're the only reason my daughter still has a mother.